Okay, so we have our stencil booklet. I just wanted to show you guys. It's a sunny day today, so I'm going to try to get these cut out. Now the bit I used, or painted on, sorry. The bit I used for this was the 16th inch bit that I got at Harbor Freight, but it doesn't have the serrated edges. So what happens is you get this buildup on the bottom of the poster board. But this is just standard poster board that I ran through the Phlatprinter, and you can see that the top makes a nice even cut, but the bottom doesn't. So I need to get that other bit. I broke the other one that had the serrated edge. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to tape this first one down. This is our bottom one, and what we'll do is we'll spray paint that. When that dries, we'll flip this over and put the next layer down. We'll spray paint that a different color. When that dries, we'll do this one, and then so on finally till we reach a star, and that'll give us a nice layered look. You could use this idea for flames, any type of graphics that you want to put on your plane. And what's nice is this little booklet can be put away in your shop somewhere, so whenever you want to use it again, you just pull it out and put that decal on your aircraft or craft. But what's nice is if this was an entire fuselage, you could also have a book that's a whole fuselage. I don't have any push pins to hold down these areas, so I might get paint that runs underneath, but I'm going to do my best. So let's tape this one down. Okay, I've taped down the stencil book that we've made on the Phlatprinter, and I have my first layers taped down, and like I said, I don't have any push pins, so we're probably going to see some. I can see there's a little bit of where the paint will get under there, but we'll go ahead and try it because it's our first sunny day here in a long time. Okay, now we'll let that dry and we'll do the next layer. Okay, that's dry, so we're going to go ahead and flip the page. Now, as you flip pages, it's going to build up a layer which would allow the paint through, but if you had push pins, you could stick this down and do a good job. But another way to do it is just take this one up and put this page right on top of it. But for now, we'll just flip this over and we'll tape it. So let's do that. Alright, the next layer is going to be brown, and I don't have the push pins like I said, so I'm just going to use this rock to try to keep this center part down for now. One thing I would have done different is I would have designed this area a little longer so that it doesn't bind because it wants to stick up there. But for testing purposes, this should be fine. Just go straight down. Oops. Almost out of paint here. Alright, let's leave that to dry and we'll come back and do the next page. Alright, that looks dry. So we'll flip the page. Make sure that tape comes up, and we'll go ahead and tape this one down. Alright, we have this page taped down. We'll put our rock back on here. Hopefully that'll help press this down a little bit. Like I said, I wish I had the push pins, but I don't. So let's just spray that. And if you had an airbrush, this would probably work a lot better. I mean, there's a lot of variables. If I would have used the right bit, I wouldn't have that fuzz on the bottom that's keeping it up, and I also wouldn't have, and if I had the push pins, I'd be able to really set this down. But it's looking good so far. We'll see. We have one more to go, and then we'll see what it looks like. Alright, that's dry, so let's go ahead and flip it over. You know what? I forgot to leave a place for the star through here. I didn't even realize that. So I'm going to untape this and then I'll tape the star back on top. Okay, we'll go ahead and paint the star. We're going to paint that yellow. Oops. Alright, that should be good. Let's let that dry. Alright, we finished spraying the star, but as you can see, it didn't spray very good. So we'll go ahead and just remove this tape and see what we have. Alright, so we've taken it off. You can see I got off alignment here a little bit, but it looks pretty darn good for just real quick spraying it and not tabbing anything down with push pins. And then you could just take this and store it somewhere in your shop, and you have a stencil ready for your next move. You can see I didn't line this up when I taped this end together, so now after doing this I have a better idea of exactly how I would put this book together. Like I would put a longer end piece out here so that it doesn't bind, but it does give you an idea of how to make a stencil book, which I think is pretty cool for doing graphics on your projects. Okay, I just wanted to add a note, you guys. One thing, the way I laid it out was doing it one page at a time and then folding the pages on top of each other like this, and that's not going to work out, especially when you come to like these stars and this, because it overlaps each other. So your best bet is actually doing one page at a time. So you lay it down, tape it down, spray it, and then leave this page off to the side and go to your next page, and so on and so forth, so that you get each individual template without overlapping them, and plus it'll keep it from layering up. So just wanted to add that quick note.